Alright, welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review episode number 236. We are here reviewing the penultimate episode of season, they refer to it as basically core one of their season, we're greenlit for this one, of core 1 of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Goodbye to Dad. That's the end of the episode. And this episode adapts from the second half of chapter 23, 14, and 21. It also has chapters 24 through 26. So, with this very episode, they are just about done with the first Queen Bee arc. Yeah, definitely with the very next... This one definitely feels like an actual ending to the arc. And next week's episode is going to be an epilogue. So, in the case of, I'll get to basically Knuckle Duster and Queen Bee because their fight takes up a good chunk of the episode. I'll talk about them last. So first we have where the concert can't get my power, so Pop and Stop is given her microphone thanks to Crawler going back to the apartment and retrieving it. And, the Crawler, of course, gives a microphone, and then she just, does a little thing that she normally does, trying to entertain the crowd. And then after a little while, then the power comes back on, they have the cons, no problem. While this is going on, Eraserhead is with the supposed innocent villain, which turns out actually is not a villain, that we see Makabu's brother in the episode, where he's asked about it. Of course, he's talking to Eraserhead about it. Plus, also, we do see Midnight, of course. Thank you, Liz Maxwell, for coming back. I even basically tweeted her this on Twitter last week after the episode came out last week. Why I basically put on there, welcome back to My Hero Academia. Yes, this is a welcome back for her. First time she actually voiced Midnight since the character sadly died off screen during the events of season 6 of the show. Yep. Which, she's probably the biggest character killed off in present day. But even though this is her in the past, but it's great to see her again. Mike does a little bit here, doesn't do much at all. They have the cons, no problem. Everything goes smoothly fine. Meanwhile, Knuckle Duster is still fighting Queen Bee. At one point, she basically turns on electricity and fries it, but luckily he's able to get up anyways. And then he proceeds to, shock her again, but she's about to use the shock to wake herself up, but he doesn't do it. So, he pins her down. Then he proceeds to get out of the device. By the way, he also apparently got in contact with the other dealer to get painkillers, and this pesticide thing, and a stun gun. And he uses this pesticide thing, first use a grabber with a tiny little grab, and grab the Queen Bee out of this girl's head. Because his quirk is a parasite. Yes. Pulls it right over her head. We do see some blood, which for some reason Bone decided the color purple. Like it's Klingon blood. Yes. Because Klingon blood whenever I think of purple blood, the first thing I think of is Klingon blood. And the first time that Klingon blood was ever, I could think of, there was a purple, was actually in Star Trek 6 in its country. That's what I think of it comes to that. So, then of course she blows up with sort of a bomb. And then we see this mysterious person, which, I'm going to reveal what this character's name is. Well, he doesn't have an actual name. Let's just say he's referred to as number 6. And this guy here, this guy who's laughing, by the way, All For One is not the All For One villain, who is the main villain of the parent series. He is not the main villain of this one. He is a background villain. Number 6 is the actual main antagonist of the series. Yes, this is the first time we actually kind of see him do something in the episode, and he retrieves one of the bees, despite the fact the Queen Bee has been destroyed. And then of course Knuckle Duster takes his daughter away. By the way, also he proceeds to open her shirt up and think, he's doing something inappropriate. No, he's actually giving her CPR. At the shock here for a little bit, give her a little defibrillator, and then he proceeds to give her CPR, and that's the episode. An overall really good episode. That, by the way, also I was going to mention here, there is a brief cameo by Captain Celebrity who makes a couple appearances in this episode, which is quite nice. Yep, more Sean Schimmel. Can't get enough of Sean Schimmel. Yep. But yeah, that is pretty much a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. With that, I'm Kyle from American Anime. Next, we have a Comic Corner, and then it's on to a brand new anime, which is going to be added to my anime review schedule very, very briefly, because there's about 2 more episodes released up for the thing. That'll be, well, I'll talk about that when I talk about the first episode of that one. So, next is Comic Corner. Bye.